AC/DC. Go see him. The guys are 50 years old. Yeah, Larry. Can you hear like a little, just like a yeah. AC/DC, first of all, the guys are like 50. And none of them are above like 3 feet high. Angus Young for an hour and a half. But the best is Brian Johnson. He comes out. They can take any song. They all sound the same. It's always the same concert, but it rocks. They can take the Hokey Pokey and tear it up. They gotta come out like, put your left foot in. Ooh, put your left foot out. Put your left foot in. Then you shake it. Shake it. Shake it all about doing the hokey pokey. Always have a breakout like this. This looks like a hokey pokey crowd. You guys want to do the hokey pokey? Repeat after me. You ready? You ready? You can never understand a word he says, but it sounds so awesome. All you hear him is say, "You ready?" We're gonna sound it, Zane. Keep your hands clapping, and then get set. First of all, you ready? Repeat after me. 1, 2, 3, hokey pokey. Ooh. 2 more. You ready? 1, 2, 3, hokey pokey. This one, I want you to take out all your anger. Ooh. Your wife makes you crazy. Your boss, you want to kick him in the nuts. Make it dangle out the back of his honey. One last primal scream. Come out. 1, 2, hokey pokey. You guys been a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out.
Welcome. Oh my God, look at the sun. Perfect. Coming in right on my face. Burning into my eye right now. Oh my God, I can't see shit. That time of the year when the sun kind of burns right into that spot. Been doing it for years. That's Jim Brewer. It's an old clip that I recently discovered. Actually, I think I've seen it, but I had forgotten about it. I hadn't seen it in forever, so I watched it recently. I thought, holy fuck, this guy sounds like Brian Johnson more than Brian Johnson sounds like Brian Johnson. He does the same thing with Metallica, too. He sounds like James Hetfield more than James Hetfield sounds like James Hetfield. Very talented. Holy shit, is that awesome. I like how he combines Brian Johnson and Angus Young. He, plays both parts in that bit right there. Okay. We have started again another edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast. A daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Whoops. And we have plenty to discuss today. Hokey pokey! And I actually played that clip on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast yesterday. And we had a hell of a time with it. Chris from Minnesota. Oh, was he in a shitbag mood? Oh, my God. This guy it's like he's a grumpy old man. First of all, he goes, why are you playing this? Did you just think that this was new? I was like, no, we just had a discussion about how old it is, you idiot. We started the show. I go, hey, Chris, oh, my God, seeing you there reminds me I haven't sent you that money that you won from the Bet on Ben game. And his response was, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, what the who? What? Huh? You just kind of catch me off guard from time to time with this aggressive tone for no particular reason. See if I can get my sweet brother Paul on. This is Push-Up Paul. It's his birthday today. Hey. Uh-oh. Hey, hang on a second. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I am podcasting right now. All these people want to say hello to you.
Who are these people?
Well, you know, the audience members. I'm doing the show live, of course, on the world famous internet, and you know, as I have been for quite some time. And I was just discussing that it is your day of birth.
Yeah, I could retire today, but I'm not gonna.
What is so? That would be. Hold on. That would be 63.
62.
No, 62.
62.
62.
Yep, but I gotta go probably another 5 years because Goose is so young.
Goose being your beloved daughter, who is going to be in 10th grade.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God.
So, well, I appreciate it, fans, but I'm at work. Yeah. I got here at 3 o'clock this morning. I'm spraying fairways, fertilizing fairways. So we start at the night so we can do it with our golfers.
I know. Well, happy birthday to you, everybody. He's single, so the ladies can know that. And I just want to wish you a happy birthday.
Rich single women.
Rich single women. You got it. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Love you guys.
I love you too. Bye-bye. You know, I used to pray, dear God, end this feud. And then I'll never forget, one day he woke up and he decided it's time to end this feud. And I was sitting in the studio at WBBL, and he texted me and said, I'm so sorry. Let's end this feud. And I actually wrote back, holy Jesus, my prayers have been answered. It was 6 or 7 years that we did not speak. There's no point rehashing the reasons why. It's silly, you know. Who hasn't been in the long-term family war? Oh, that was us. And for years, you know, and we tried to get to the bottom of it. And finally, Just put it in God's hand. Jesus, take the wheel. Isn't that a song? Who sings that? Carrie Underwood. Jesus, take the wheel, man. And he took the wheel. It was a long drive. And then Paul, he actually described it as he started to go to church or something like that. And then it dawned on him. It was like, I don't think what's going on here is it was that little tap on the shoulder from baby Jesus. I know, I realize a lot of you who are, well, some of you, I don't know how many, like, here he goes again with his crazy religious mumbo jumbo. I realize that. I realize that this is not for everybody. But I do believe that occasionally Jesus blows butterfly kisses at you. Is that a butterfly kiss? I don't know. Or taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, why don't you try this? And then you go, okay. Next thing you know, family's back intact. All forgotten. He calls me up and he's all apologetic. I go, don't say another word. You know what? Don't even say another word. Let's just pick right up where we left off, and that's the end of it. There's no grudge. There's no I'm still mad. Just moved on. It was fantastic. And last few years of my beloved mother's life, she was like, okay. Because she was so worried about her boys, All right. Each and every day the show happens in the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker studio. If you ever want to reach me, like if you have a comment about something that I've spoken of on the show, the best way to reach me is when the show is done, I'll be able to check out what your thoughts are on whatever it is I'm talking about. And then I can analyze and we can park on it on a later show. The Shoreliners Striping Inbox is what we call it. Send it along, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I'd love to reach out, or I'd love you to reach out to me, unless if you have my, some of you have my cell phone number. If you do, reach out that way too. By all means, just send me a text or whatever. Promise to get back in touch with you. Last night, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast for the second week in a row was absolutely off the rails. And I think the highlight was the breakdown of my 41-year career in the masturbation industry. We sat around, well, I did, and I did a bit of math, which it just might blow your mind. Okay? And you need to hear what's up. So I'm going to encourage you to go to patreon.com to hear the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. We also discussed with Saul, Blind Saul, who again had trouble communicating, about there was some discussion about trying to corrupt him and something about an orgasm. So it was a very sexual show that went on yesterday. But there is, oh my God, let me just say, on today's show, there are so many things to park on, and I am going to touch all of them. I'm going to navigate all the big hitters right off the bat. I've got audience right now on Twitch, of course. I've got audience on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as well. For the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube crowd is not going to last forever. I'm encouraging you to go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live and click the follow button, because in a handful of minutes, I am going to cut you off. You're cut off. All right? But one of the things I want to touch on first is, I've been covering the story about the guy in close to home, Grand Rapids, Michigan, the cop named Chris Schur shot that dude, Patrick Lyoya, in the back of the head. And I believe March. Well, yesterday was the big reveal about whether or not he's going to be charged with anything. And I've been kind of mixed up about this. It depends on, when I first saw this story, when this first unfolded, I said, there's no way he does not skate with no charges. I don't know shit about shit, but I just had an idea. I just felt that way. Then as more and more people talked, I was kind of like, I'm not sure. Well, one thing I didn't buy was the argument, why don't you just comply? Don't run from cops. And, he was drunk. As if that warrants someone being shot in the back of the head, By the way, excuse O'Neill. Stevie's going to love that. She loves O'Neill on the camera, but sorry that he's not being very modest. His legs are open wide. You can actually see the hole where his ding-dong comes flying out of. Sorry. It's kind of hard to be credible when your dog is showing its penis to the masses. So I haven't really bit on that argument that I was just saying that a lot of people do. And there's also been this whole back the blue no matter what. I'm not about that either. So I guess I was just going to wait and see. And this prosecutor in Kent County, boy, he I watched his press conference, and I'll link up his comments in the show notes of this, but he is charging Chris Scherer, the cat's been kind of out of the bag for nearly a day, with second-degree murder, which carries a maximum of lifetime in prison with a possibility of parole. And that is an incredible charge. Some people thought that maybe like manslaughter, but it's like, well, I don't know. I am not a prosecutor. I don't have any idea about any of this, but I did get the impression in his press conference that he was really thorough about it, and he thought about it a long, long time. And then there was the discussion of, okay, why did it take so long? He indicated in the press conference that he did not get the full report about all of the things that he was requesting information from until the Tuesday after Memorial Day. So at that time, he then had all the information he needed, and then he scrutinized, he conferred with counterparts in the prosecutor's office, and concluded that a second-degree murder charge is warranted. Chris Scherer turned himself in. Everything went by the book, and off we go. All right. This is Wood TV is covering it, so I wanted to play this for you. This is an expert, I guess, weighing in on this.
A national expert in police use of force says he was not surprised at the second-degree murder charge, and not only because of what he saw in videos of the shooting.
Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker spoke with that expert shortly after the ruling.
Brian and Sue, the criminology professor we spoke to, was an expert witness in the George Floyd civil case. He says that not long ago, a case like this may not have led to criminal charges against the police officer.
And in today's world, we're seeing a lot of officers being charged where years ago they wouldn't have been charged. It would have been a civil issue. It may be that prosecutors are now just looking at these events differently.
Jeffrey Alpert, a criminology professor at the University.
I can tell you right now, that comment right there is enough to make people say, prosecutors are worried about unrest or something like that. I don't believe that. I believe that these are professionals who look at the law and only the law. And I don't know why it wouldn't have been tried before as opposed to now where charges are flying or are being levied against Scherer. Maybe back then people were racist. I mean, honestly, I think that we're older and wiser now in how we do things. I think that might have something to do with it. I don't think this guy's going to come out and say it, but I think that as we get further and further from years ago when this would have been okay, I think that people are more thoughtful in their belief system is different, you know?
University of South Carolina co-authored the book Evaluating Police Uses of Force.
And there's the gunshot.
Wow.
His co-author, Professor Seth Stoughton, had watched the video of the shooting for Target 8 when it was released in mid-April.
I see a lot of uses of force, a lot of uses of fatal force. None of them are easy to watch.
But Elpert says that Stoughton, who testified in the George Floyd criminal case, was consulted by the Kent County prosecutor in the Patrick Lyoya case. Stoughton told us that he couldn't comment. Elpert says he also watched the video that shows the struggle in the moment that Officer Christopher Schur shot Lyoya in the back of the head.
The video is troubling, and while we can't tell what happened exactly, and you certainly can't rush to judgment, it certainly raises some issues that need to be explored.
But he says the video alone may not be enough to convict the officer.
It's very difficult to determine when a civil wrong rises to the level of a crime. And that's something that a jury has to decide, and it's not an easy decision. Even if you understand that what the officer did was wrong, at what level was it wrong? And that's a tough call.
He says the condition of the taser that Lyoya and the officer fought over could be one of the keys.
That certainly could be something that convinces jurors that he was in imminent fear of his life, or he wasn't.
A lot does come down to that stun gun.
Yeah, and the expert was saying that these stun guns, they fire twice, and this one was fired twice. And after that, they use it in what they call stun drive mode, which means it has to be put up against your body, but it's for pain compliance, so it's not nearly as serious a threat.
Still active, not as serious, but you see some of the avenues here that the defense might take in trying to defend Officer Schur.
And it might all come down to that stun gun.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where we are. I went ahead and posted on Facebook. Pretty much. I actually wasn't snarky at all in my Facebook post on this deal. I kept it above board as best that I can. There's Sam's video, and so I wrote, "GR cop charged with second-degree murder of Lyoya, facing possible life sentence." Here's the video. Follow the show on Twitch, my usual. All right. So that's it. It's a real joy. It is so entertaining to go down the road of my comment section. My comment section has really taken off. We've got some great wars in the comment section. I see the one guy might have deleted it. So that's all I wrote. And this guy wrote, "This is why you got fired from Free Beer and Hot Wings." It's like, well, what the fuck did I do? All I did was pointed out he got charged with second-degree murder. It wasn't even anything snarky. Now, on the other one that I posted, one of Michigan's dimmest patriots arrested by FBI for January 6th, soon to be forcibly boned. On that one, yes. I could say it's okay to throw me under the bus. But the other one, no, I didn't do anything wrong. Come on, I'm just pointing it out. By the way, I got Berlin tickets to give away, and only 6 of you have liked this post. I have 2 5-packs to give away for Berlin Raceway Saturday in Marne, Michigan. They raced the Money in the Bank race yesterday. And so they're doing the normal week's races. What's his name? Well, William Byron won the damn thing. You believe that? Of course he did. NASCAR driver. So I've got tickets. All you have to do is go to that post there and like it, and you could win a 5-pack of tickets. Get your bro friends together and go see that one. I'll draw the winner after the podcast today. I have got so much shit to do today. It's unbelievable. All right. So that's basically what's going on the Lyoya thing. Now the stage is set. We'll see what happens. If this guy is able to defend himself, we shall see. Again, I don't know anything here. I am not going to go ahead and say he deserves anything at this point. As is anybody. Fair trial. You know, there have been other cases where other people have been murdered. I'm like, right away, they're guilty. Fuck them. You know, those two scumbags in Georgia that shot the black guy when he was out running. But this one in particular, I don't know. You know, it's too difficult. I just pray that no matter what happens here, that at the end of the day, justice is appropriately served. And depending on the outcome, I hope it doesn't turn into a riot in downtown Grand Rapids. And I also hope that the people who are deciding the fate of this cop remain bold and strong in their decisions and their thoughts, so that they aren't influenced by the possibility of these animals marching through our streets and destroying shit like Kilwin's chocolates. Okay? All right. I've got a hell of a lot more I want to get to. This asshole Ryan Kelly was arrested. And I want to talk January 6th hearing last night. But that is only for my beloved people watching the Twitch stream. Now, I mean, truth be told, anybody who's paying attention to me is beloved in my book, and I appreciate the time. However, I'm working very, very hard to drive as many people as possible to Twitch. So what you do now is go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, click follow. You can continue on enjoying the show, and I appreciate that so very much. Otherwise, I'm going to cut you off right about now, but thank you for the time anyway. I appreciate that. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live audio podcast uploaded shortly thereafter wherever you download podcasts.